Well, and we're here today at Mama Concetta to talk about their local business and the beautiful act of kindness that they carried out probably about 5 days ago that went viral on LinkedIn. Hi, we're here today at Mama Concetta. I wanted to speak to Alfonso about this wonderful local business that seems to be Bedford's best kept secret. Good afternoon, and this is Mattia, who is the
Well, yeah, he's our pizza chef and the pastry chef here now. Yeah.
So we'd like to have a talk today. So one of the things we've done in the past is we've met local businesses over Zoom, and this is like really exciting for me because this is probably the first face-to-face interview I've done. So I do apologise if I fluff it up every now and again.
Don't feel nervous at all. It's lovely.
So what we've done in the past is we've talked to local businesses about how things have been over the last 18 months. But before we get into that, can you just tell us a little bit about how you've ended up here and how long you've been doing Mama Concetta?
Well, Mama Concetta's been around since 2013. I started off in Woburn Sands, and I think it was my wife that twisted my arm and said, "You need to do something in Bedford. You need to do something in Bedford." So that's how I ended. So it's her fault why I'm here now, I suppose. But I'm glad I did, to be honest. I was always a bit wary about Bedford, the amount of Italians there are here, competition's a bit right, but it's great. We've kind of got together with a lot of the businesses and a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the Italians in Bedford, and we kind of bounce off each other, which is really nice. We do the Italian festival every year.
Right, okay.
Obviously, we haven't done that for a year or two because of COVID, but they are other restaurants. They are friends of ours with other restaurants, and we do sort of keep the community together, which is great.
Yeah.
And that's key, I think, to success.
Okay, how's it been for you as a business then over the last 18 months? I mean, are you okay now after
Yes.
what's happened?
Yeah, we are okay. I mean, let's not knock it. I mean, in the government in this country, with bona fide companies and businesses like myself, have helped. You know, with the furlough scheme, that's helped a lot with the staff. So they've been at home. They've had the majority of their wages paid. Being a restaurant, we did have the possibility of offering a takeaway service after a few months after the initial lockdown, so that helped a lot. So yeah, we managed to sort of tick over, and because of that help, we were okay. We were fine.
Yeah, would you pretty much say you're back to normal now then?
I'd say we're about between 80-90% full capacity as to what we were.
Okay. So obviously, one of the things we love to do as being a Bedford local business, because obviously I'm from Bedford and I own my business and it's independently owned, is we obviously want to try and promote your business as much as possible. Could you tell us a little bit about what people could get from Mama Concetta, what's on offer here?
Well, definitely a good pizza, that's for sure, and cakes from Mattia. I mean, it's very authentic. The actual how it is, we tend to stick to a recipe, and what we do is very similar or equivalent to how it would be in Italy, and we stick by those guidelines, which is the verace pizza way of cooking from Naples, and we use the same ingredients. A lot of the ingredients are imported from Italy, and it's pretty much on par with how it would be in Italy. I mean, Mattia, him and his brother, they are from Italy, and they know that the quality here and what we do is very, very similar to
one thing we need to point out is they are twins. So don't
We're
think
not,
if anyone
we're
no
not.
don't be fooled and think you've had too many wines and that you're seeing double. They are twins. They caught us two out when we came earlier.
Yeah, they always catch me out as well.
So one of the things I noticed as well, do you still have the little van that goes out and about? I mean, is that something
Yes.
that people can sort of rent out for
You
weddings
can.
or whatever?
Yeah, we're, I mean, every weekend for the past couple of months we've been out with an oven on the back,
Yeah.
and we'll turn up at people's houses, venues, parties, weddings, whatever, and fire pizzas out of the which is and very exactly the same as how they would come out here.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that's good.
So obviously you said earlier that you're obviously a little bit reluctant in coming to Bedford, but clearly you've settled now. One of the things that someone said to me is when you've been here 25 years, you'll be a local. What is it about Bedford now that you think has warmed to you? I know how I've felt being here, but I just sort of wanted to sort of think about what do you love about the town?
Well, probably like you, I wasn't raised and born in Bedford. I'm from London originally, so I had to kind of break myself into Bedford.
Yeah.
no dissimilar to you, I would
Northern
imagine.
people struggle with the northern accent sometimes with me. So
So that was perhaps my worry a little bit, sort of muscling in on the restaurant um, area in Bedford. But I have to admit, because of what we offer, I mean, Italians, don't get me wrong, Italians in Bedford or Italians in general, um, they often struggle going out for dinner. But that's not because they're fussy and not because they're difficult to please. It's because Italian food is very simple, and a lot of Italians eat at home with their family.
yeah,
They cook at home, and unless it's similar or the same or better, there's no real point of going out for Italian food. And I kind of get that.
yeah.
We're different because it's a pizzeria. This is not something you can just do at home. Make pizzas
Oh
out
no,
of a
I've
wood
tried
fired
and
oven.
failed miserably.
Yeah, I know. So we perhaps have the upper hand and
Yeah.
a bit of advantage in that respect. So we do get a lot of Italian people coming here because it is authentic and it is very similar to how
One of
they
the
would
things
eat
people have always said to me is if you go into a restaurant, say an Italian restaurant, it's full of Italians, you know the food's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, it's
that's right.
wherever the world over, I think that's been
Today was, I mean, I would say 60-70% of the customers
Yeah.
that we had in our
Yeah.
Italian.
But that shouldn't put anybody off because you know
No,
the food must be
absolutely.
amazing. So I mean, one of the things that again about Bedford I've noticed recently, especially with there's been a lot of troubles in Afghanistan, etc. And we've been working with a local charity collecting food and whatnot. Is the sense of community. I mean, I know you've talked about the Italian community, but over the last 18 months, how's it been for you in terms of the sort of support you've got from external factors and people out there in Bedford?
I mean, there's a lot of charity groups in Bedford that not Italian at all, but very diversified. I mean, there's Spectacular Arts with Sharon, and when we did the Italian festival a couple of years ago, it wasn't about the Italian community or just the Italian community. It was about lots of other ethnic groups in Bedford, and there's a lot of help out there. There's a lot of community spirit, not just amongst. They don't stick together to themselves. The Italians. There is a very big sense of. I notice it here a lot, not just with Italians, but a lot of the communities.
I mean, one of the reasons that we're here today, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, is that something went viral on LinkedIn, which, LinkedIn is the professional Facebook, if you like,
Yes.
Where a friend of mine in Manchester tagged me in a post about something that happened here, where you were, it almost brought me to tears, what you did for someone who was clearly in trouble. I mean, and that to me just speaks volumes in terms of who you are as a person as well, and that you would be prepared to do that. So I just want to say thank you from the people of Bedford to making us feel proud to be part of this town.
Very nice. It's made a difference.
No, it has, and I
to
just
the
want to
person.
say thank you to that. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to come here today, to meet you, because I just thought that guy's pretty awesome and he must have an awesome place.
Well,
and you've not let us down.
I'll tell you what, believe it or not, it does happen in here quite often. I mean, not long ago, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, one of our customers who's very regular, and I won't mention his name because he wouldn't want me to, and it's not fair, I suppose. He just randomly paid for somebody's table.
Yeah.
Just like that. It was a Saturday lunch. There was a bunch of girls there. Do you remember? Yeah. And he said, "Let me just pay for that table," because they were sort of working out the bill between them or whatever. He said, "I can do it. Let me do it." And it's not the first time it's happened.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's great
I think until something like that happens, you don't.
It doesn't happen all the time.
No.
It doesn't happen every day here.
But I'll be honest, collecting for this charity, we've had a stream of people bringing bags of clothes, toiletries, toys.
There's so much
and it's just,
kindness here.
There is, and I think, all right, there's the Bedford Kindness Facebook group, but apart from that, people I don't think realise until they see it. So,
I mean, they're on the bummies. I'm
Yeah.
just mentioning Bedford Kindness because I do know Mel quite well.
Yeah.
And they're on it straight away when something happens. And the amount of comments and help that comes through, genuine, is just so good to see.
Like I said, it just makes you feel good to be part of the town, doesn't it?
It very much so. And that's good.
And you've obviously not lost any friends after the football result in the summer.
No.
I don't know if anyone. Fame,
no, I haven't,
Anglia News.
No, I haven't. Well, not in Bedford anyway. There's a lot of Italians here, so.
Yeah. Did you have a big party afterwards?
Did you have a
sore head
great.
for a few days?
No, actually, for the final itself, I was in London. I went to London. To be fair, I mean, I wish I never did. From what happened in Bedford that night after the final and the the fun that they had at the embankment. There was
Yeah.
no trouble. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
I wish I was here, but I ended up going to London and missed out on that. But it was great.
Right, and I'll just wrap up because obviously you're busy guys. If there was one thing you'd want to say to anyone that's watching today about Mama Concetta, sum it up in a sentence.
About Mama Concetta is, well, I mean, we're very authentic. I'd like to say thank you for all the people that give us the support that come here. That's what's kept us going and what's kept us ticking. Thank you to a lot of the businesses and other companies that are out there that support us as well, and we try to support them.
Yep.
And new businesses, new ventures that are happening, like Mattia's Cakes Re-volution that's going on in here now, and he's supplying a lot of restaurants in Bedford, which is great. And the community spirit, keep that going here. Bedford, we need to be known as someone that's a place that does share a lot of love and kindness, and that's what we're doing.
It's definitely on the map now, definitely. After
I think
that,
so.
we know what's been going on recently.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, well, thank you both for your time today.